Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We from Group 20 for Communication Research ACM 4063 will reporting our mini research about the impact of horror movie to children behavior. For your information, this report divided to 5 chapters. The introduction will presented by Dzulfikri. Next, chapter 2 about the theory relate for this research presented by Azmil. Chapter 3 research methodology reported or presented by Abdullah. Chapter 4 about our finding and analysis presented by Amirul. And chapter 5 our suggestion and conclusion it is detailed by Aiman.
Nowadays, most of people watch the horror movie as an entertainment, including children, and this can affect their psychology. There are a lot of negative impact to children emotional and psychology when watching the horror movies such as fear. This show that horror movies are something that can give people many negative effects, especially children. Some parents allow their young children to watch horror movie only for entertainment, but the immaturity of the children's minds will harm them psychologically. First, how horror movie can form social reality in children's life. Second, what are the impact watching horror movie to children. First, to discover how horror movie can form social reality in children's life. Second, to discover the impact of horror movie on children. This research can give more exposure and awareness to parents. This research also can be used as a reference for researchers in the future. Lastly, this research able to provide exposure to the community as well as the media about the impact of horror film on children's lives.
Cultivation theory is a theory that investigates the long-term effect of television on the viewers, such as the influence to the viewers' moral and people beliefs about the world. Moreover, this theory consists of various of concepts that include the symbolic environment, storytelling, the cultural model, the cultivation of value system, the multi-directional process, and the cultural indicators. Apart from that, the media can affect people's behavior and their social reality through information that has been spread. After that, this effect can influence their behavior and the way of thinking regarding certain situations. For example, the heavy exposure condition is easier to believe with what they saw on television regardless any of situation as long as the situation is the same.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are continuing to next chapter, chapter 3, research methodology. The design that we are use is descriptive, and the method that we are use is quantitative method. Okay, the study is to find out the impact of horror movie to children behavior. Our research use a questionnaire because easy to manage and collect and then analyze the data. A total of the respondent is 30 respondent consists of parents representing their children participate in this study. We are use the parent to answer this questionnaire because the parent know about their children daily life. Then we are divide this questionnaire to 3 sections. Section A contain demographic of children, and section B contain statement of question relate to the effect of horror movie can form of social reality in children life. And section C related to the impact of horror movie on the children. And lastly, we are use the fifth Likert scale in our questionnaire. Okay.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So for our chapter 5, for our suggestion, as researcher would like to suggest other researchers to conduct further studies on this topic. Future research may investigate the same topic but with different data. For example, future researcher might investigate under this topic by doing interview towards parents to get more detail so that the result will be more valid. In addition, it will be interesting to compare the result from the questionnaire and the result from the interview so that we can determine a better way to ensure the impact of horror movie towards children. Okay, so as conclusion for our research, the main purpose of current study is to discover how horror movie can form social reality in children's life and the impacts watching horror movie. The finding of current research showed that the majority of respondents who consist of parents that their children love to watch horror movies. Most of them watch movies through the internet and for enjoyment and entertainment. The majority of the movie viewer feel fear during and after watching horror movies. The respondent admit that they have the feeling of fear during normal course of life. Most respondents feel frightened, according to them, under the effects of horror movies. So as conclusion, horror movies have bad effects on youngsters because of many factors, so they should not watch horror movies. Parents also should be aware of these impacts on young minds because post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, is a mental illness that can be caused mostly by experiencing or viewing the same horrifying event. So that's all from our mini research group. Thanks for listening and have a nice day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Very much for your time to recognize our important research in communication. Does all of you know the impact of horror movie to children behavior? Thank you.